Hey everybody, how's it been going there? It's your boy, Skinny Penis in the building. So I had a customer, I've worked on this car before, it's a 7.5 Mark 7. It's a Mark 7.5 Golf R. He brought it here for a couple things, big brake kit and a shifter. I wasn't gonna do a video, wasn't planning on it. But then he also brought braces, oil cooler, some other stuff. And I found a hole that had rubbed through when I previously installed the exhaust. So this piece that goes in the middle was too long and I must have missed that. And every time he accelerated, the exhaust would go back and rub on the drive shaft. So I'll be repairing this hole. Ugh, sucks. I'll be repairing that hole and I'll just do a video on how to install I'm gonna be doing the Coolerworx short shifter, or shifter, whatever you wanna call it. And let's get started. So far, I just, real quickly, I unbolted these pieces just to hang them down a little bit. I'm thinking might have to pull the whole drive shaft because this whole piece is all one piece. And I might just pull the drive shaft to get to the bolts for it under here. This whole mechanism here. But I'll keep you know, whatever. It'd be much easier if it's GTI because there'd be no drive shaft. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna probably, I don't know, I might just drop the drive shaft. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how. I couldn't find any instructions online on this, so I'm assuming I'm gonna have to pull the center console, maybe, unless I can squeeze it in there, and then I'm gonna have to do all this to get access to the bottom. So let's get a cracking. Feel my cracking. Hey, feel my cracking. All right, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I haven't done one of these yet, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it. So obviously you're gonna pull this out. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to pull the center console from this car. Ugh. To put the seats always forward, pop these covers off. They're at they're right next to the seats. And then behind those are 10 mils. That look like this. Two of these, one on each side, like this, but back here. Take those out. Still got some screws left in here. Super stiff still. What she said. Pulling up the, it's not back there either. Got behind this vent. Still working. Okay, so you're gonna have to pull these tabs here. They pull out, and then there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull that out. Pull your climate control head out, and then pick here. You gotta unplug these connectors, so you gotta pull back the red locking tab first. Push the release, and unplug these. Get this out. So after you undo the frontmost bolt that's at the front over here, you pull this straight down on both sides, and there's a Torx 20 hidden behind here. So get the T20 out. I took these out, but I didn't have to. Just found that out. And I took this off, and I didn't have to either. But it's so much for just trying to wing it, you know? So I'll have to pop that back in. Okay, there we go, it's already in. And then in the back, see if I can show this. Get you back here. So you just pull this vent piece off here, pull it straight off, back. Then after you get that off, there's this vent that's in there. Just pull that straight back out. Then there's 2 bolts here. I had to use a 1/4 inch with a T30 to actually fit my tool in there. Now that I got all these bolts out, I should be able to remove the set. All right, I guess I was onto something. So just pull these off. Pop them out. Pull them sideways a little bit towards the outside of the seat. Towards the seat, I should say. Move this seat back. So you just kind of take this piece here. What piece just came off? This upper middle, this section is what's coming off. So you just take it, pop it, drop it, lock it, and then just twist it to the side. I was almost there. Now that you have those off, you can, let's see what the I had to look up the instructions. There's some sort of locks back here. Let's see that. It says there's a lock back here. So those off, remove center console upward from the center console. Because you can't pull the center console out until you unplug these connections here. There's just no slack to do those, but damn, this thing is freaking in here, man. See these tabs that you have to release? Bonked in my head. Put these things somewhere safe. I don't scratch them. Scratch them. Alright, let's see where we at here. Okay, here's my tree tool. Let's see if I can. There we go. This one off. And this one up here. Just cut the crap out of me! What the freaking heck, man? That's how it goes with these all the time, cutting me. I'm taking that piece out with it. Here we go. Put your screws in there, be careful. Oh my god, I'm bleeding everywhere now. Then you gotta, let's see, slide it forward somehow. This is stupid, honestly. This is a stupid design. Put your screws in there. We're here to lose them all. Finally. Okay, oh, I see. So it kind of hooks in the back. It is not. So reach under here, unplug the cigarette lighter, unplug the parking brake, which I'm gonna need later to move this thing. Unplug the start button, unplug your heel hold button, mode button. Then you have, oh my god, there's one more connector. Alright, park lights. There you go. Now we have this off. Set that back there. Now, should be able to get this thing out of here. Careful with it. Take it out. Step. I recommend doing this part in your driveway if you can. You find a parking ticket or a parking, whatever. So now that we're here, we're to the shifter. Let's remove this vent out of the way, see if we can. I'll just push it to the side because it's got wiring on it, of course. Do that. Pull it to the side. It's got. Okay, now. Here, this thing's got a release or something, these things. Now, some more stuff to look up. I gotta figure out how to take these off. Alright, I figured out this one. So, right inside here, there's these little tangs here. So I just stuck these and pushed those to the side. Now I gotta figure out the front one. Which probably has something similar, which I just gotta figure out. I looked up the instructions. I'm gonna pull these off too. Just pull those up now. I looked up the instructions and it didn't show how to remove these things. I don't see a release. I can feel it's locked in right there. Fault electronic parking brake. Nice. Oh, there's some more T20s holding it on. I can't even believe it. Fun remembering all these screws. There you go, the two screws coming in the sides there. Now we're at the shifter box, finally, which has an antenna attached to it for your interior monitoring, probably for your, to pick up your key. You gotta be mindful of that if you have that in your car. put that back. These stupid connectors, so those aren't gonna be able to come zip tie those back on or something. Okay, now I need a deep 10 to get to these. Not cute joke. The thing fell off under the car now, which probably I should have. Damn it. I feel the cables are attached to this piece. This thing rips so easy. Here we go. Okay. We got that. It's still attached up here to something. I got this antenna like I was saying. Oh, okay, there we go. Move that to the side. Antenna's still there. Okay, now this is going to be the difficult part, which I'm pretty sure I have to undo this from under the car. If there's any way for me to get these cables out of here. So, I gotta rack this thing again. My parking brake's on, so I gotta get a parking brake button. Ugh. Pain in my butt. Key again, now it's plugged in. Oh my god, what a pain in the ass. I don't think this has to be plugged in, but maybe, who knows. Oh my god, I gotta figure out how to get the parking brake off. Bud. Alright, bud. Since we're gonna be working on it. Oh my goodness, we're working on it. Since I have a Golf R here, I think I'm gonna have to take the drive shaft down to get this stupid shifter on. Or I should. Okay, well, So, I can see it. It's fallen down. I just feel like if I just take the drive shaft off, a couple bolts, then I'll be perfectly fine. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna drop the back of the drive shaft. I think I just don't really feel like struggling. You know, some days you just don't want to struggle. I can't pull this back anymore. And I can't exactly release the cables or anything up there. I can't see anything, let alone fit my hands up there and remove the clips. So, I'm gonna have to drop the drive shaft down. This should be fun. So I'm gonna take those bolts off in the back, and then I'm gonna go take those off, and then, oh, it's in park, isn't it? But it should still rotate in the back. No, it should. Wait, it's not automatic. Why isn't it spinning? Okay, good. I can spin it. Okay, so I'm gonna take those off real quick and drop the drive shaft down. It's just gonna be these 3 bolts, then I'm gonna it with a pry bar. Yeah, it's gonna be these 3 10 triple squares, and then I'll be right back. Did I run it? Okay. All right, here we are. So now that I got this out of the way and this huge shield, I have to cut this off because he bought this brace, which I don't know why you would, because this looks pretty freaking stout to me. So to get these cables out of here, I'm pretty sure I have to pop this cover off. So let me get a screwdriver. Back here. Stupid. Because the clips are on the inside and you can't just open this. I don't know why it gives you this hole here. It's almost like, hey. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Yeah, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Alright, so we're just gonna flip all these back. Or attempt to. Or just cut them. If you don't ever plan on using it, probably be way quicker just to cut these tabs off. This thing's gonna be real pain in the booty here. All you really need to do is get one side off. Once you already started. Alright, well I'm not going to record this because this is irritating me. Alright, immediately after I stopped recording I got it off. Here we are. Okay, now you have your cables and you have your attachments to this. So what we need to do is take these off. Pop that off. That off. This is the same ones they use on top of the transmission for a DSG. Pop that off. So this one, when you have it this way, so the one on the left side goes on the left side. The one on the right side, when they're not twisted, goes on the right side, the outside. Just in case you maybe get them mixed up, I don't know. Okay. Took my eye out, that was cool. And what you're gonna have to do with this one now is that you have your new one. So go ahead and take the screws off the bottom. Remove your cover plate. And then there's two different styles of the bottom piece of the car. This one does not. This is the smooth one, and the instructions shows you if you have a step down. I'm not sure which models have that, since this is my first one. It comes with plenty of holes to install this thing on. Okay. This get the cover off, because the bracket will be using these ones back here if you have them. Okay. I think there's some more stuff in the box I gotta grab. Some clips. Alrighty then, so now I'm going to, I'll start with the long one first. And you just gotta make sure it's nice and flat against the outside before you slide these clips on, so they just go on in one shot because you definitely don't want these to pop off after you assemble the car. That'll be a nightmare. So use a screwdriver to walk it the rest of the way on. Feed this one through. Okay. I gotta make sure it's super flush on the outside here. Again. This is like, if you had 2 people, probably it'd be a lot easier. Son of a... Going on here. Okay. Take this, pop this in here. Okay, I got that one on. The only one that's not how the heck you're supposed to get that on. That's like different looking too. This one's much fatter here. And this hole is way bigger than this thing provided here. And I don't see a sleeve in here or anything either. Ah, man. BRB. So I'm not sure if this is not for a Mark 7.5 or 7 at all. I guess it should be a for a 7, if we can see that. So this, the left to left, left to left to left, the left to right, there's just huge play in there. Let me actually gotta get real close to this. So if we focus here, on this thing. No, that's the wrong one. The one on the side over here, you can't really see it. But this black thing just slid off, right, of the old one. When you pry it off, I looked through the bag, I looked in, I'm gonna go dig around online, but there's just so much slop in this thing. So this hole is probably, this hole right here, I would say probably, I don't know, 8 mil across. And then this one's probably 4 mil. So it's all sloppy inside, and it's supposed to take a C-clip or an E-clip or something, and I don't see anything laying around anywhere. I looked in the box, pulled the box apart, took the bag apart. I'm gonna go scour the interwebs and see. There's nothing in here, no sleeve or anything. So what I think I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to measure this. I'm gonna 3D print a part for this. Simply just no way that it's gonna stay together, or it's just gonna be hella, like all this extra slop's gonna be in there. Afraid to take this all the way apart because I don't know what's in here. I don't think you're supposed to take this apart. So you got this screw, this washer, and this lever here. I want to get it out of here so I can get a better read it with my micrometer. But this dowel here, this thing is just, this is like what they use on the short shifters up on top. And this is just way too small for this hole. Of course. Let me take this off here. Let me get this tofu coffee. Alright, yeah, so this is our culprit. So this is way too, I gotta change the autofocus on this thing. Yeah. And it's 4th of July weekend, of course. So yeah, they're just simply, there's just this one, so I'll show you how much bigger that is. I didn't see anything anywhere. I'll go scour the internet. See what I can find. Almost if, these look just like the shifter ends that you can change out. Oh, look. All right, so I already put it together, but I 3D printed a file, or a, I don't know how you want to call it. To take up the space, I 3D printed, I went and designed it in Fusion 360, which I suck at, but I managed to do it. So now I have the shim in there, and this I went to the hardware store and bought a C-clip, so I clipped that on. And now I can finally put this thing up there. It's been way too long. Alright, I got it mounted up at the top. They give you a bunch of screws, which I think might be for setting the position left to right. I don't know. And they give you 10,000 more screws for the cover plate for the bottom. So now that I'm all done inside there, I'm gonna throw this plate back on and throw the bottom back together. I don't think this one's really made for a 7.5 because I'm gonna have to use bigger washers up top. I guess 2 of the bolts that, you know, 2 are nuts and 2 are bolts, but the washers are the same size as the hole, so those just fall right in. So I'm gonna have to get some bigger washers for that. So these ones are probably like, I don't know, 8 mil, whatever. These are the same size as the hole, so they just fall right in. But I'm just gonna throw all these cover screws on right now. Then reassemble, put that heat shield back on. We're in for a good time. I didn't get much done today on this, like I wanted to, but I still got tons of work left on it. Alright, this is boring, so I'm gonna pause. Better days. I don't know what the hell happened here with these holes and stuff. Get it up there. Get it started. What happened? I don't know where this hole came from. I didn't put that hole there. What the hell? That's something I've been working on. I'm gonna throw the drive shaft back on. So the only problem I'm having is fitting this thing. So there's this cable here for this. Right? So the only problem is fitting this here. So this no longer clears so I'm just trying to decide what is the purpose of this thing. Do I keep it? There isn't a gasket here on this new one. Just this thing. Should I take the Dremel to it and make it fit? I'll have to cut out this whole thing right here, all the structure of it really. And then I'll have to cut out all of this here to fit the cable. Here's the side. Is it worth the work? What does it do? It holds those. Oh, wow. I guess whatever. I'll just trim it out. Just figuring out where this cable ends up sitting once you got this all the way down is the only hard part. If it even, oh, this thing won't even sit all the way down. You would trim this out too. This whole piece here would come out. And then the side of it there. So it would be this whole piece here, the whole side of it there. Fuck it, I'll try it. Mosquitoes are on the prowl. Alright, so this goes in here. Still having issues. Mama trigger. Mama trigger. This thing's still not clearing. Okay, let's try it again. I don't like how this is not really going in here. It's gotta go like that, but unless I took the cable all the way off and then fed the cable around, which I don't even know how to take the cable off. Let's see, it's got this cable. Oh, it's got a locking. I don't even know how this cable's held into this piece here. Is it like crimped in there? We got this one, that's for sure smashed in there, so that's not coming out. And they like crimped this in here. That's weird. I think they would just let you do what you want to do with that, but you can't take this out because it's smashed in there. I mean, maybe, but yeah, there's no way to unscrew this, because what would be perfect is if you could just take the cable off, put this on, put the cable back in here. I mean, most people would just say fuck it, and you know, they don't care. But, you know, some people do care. That's what I run into a lot here. Some people do care. They want this thing back on here for whatever reason, and that's what I like to provide for people if I can. But let's see, so that this is touching all right here. This cable is super tight. Yeah, it won't even release. So let's see, some more trim in here. Trim in here, it's just not really fitting here. So this goes like that. Cable still, it's good. And this, see, this is all needs to come out. Needs to come out because I can't turn it anymore. Why can't I turn this right now? Oh, it's just stuck over there. this whole side piece up. Okay, let's try this now. So we got the cable, we got this thing. Not quite actually. Yeah, because this thing. So we gotta cut way more out. It's kind of pointless now. Not much left of this thing. The only thing really that you're gaining is this thing. It needs to be trimmed up some more. Let's trim it some more. Got the cable, got this. This, there's no point in keeping this thing. Well, I'll undo these bolts and I'll bolt it down. Alright, slapping this back in here. Dry. There we go. Kind of difficult. So you get the, I mean the only, like you get to keep your keyless entry, you know, your antenna for the interior here, so that still maintains the stock location for that. I'm trying to find some positives about this thing. So these things don't even fit through this hole. Nice. It was all for nothing. That was all for nothing. These are too big, so they don't even fit through. Nice, I could drill them out. Now is it even becoming worth it? I don't know, man. I don't even know. I guess I'll drill these out. Alright, the only thing that happened was these little metal inserts just kind of fell out. So, let's put this back in here for the millionth time. take it apart one more time. These locating dowels, there's no holes for them. They never intended for this to be reused. I don't know. But I don't even think this is for really an MK7. Unless you're going full race car. I don't know. Whatever. What do I know? Alright, let's try it again. Okay, we're down. We're almost down. We're down. Down, down, we're down. This up through floorboard. I'm still hanging up here. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, so I got this one on. I wasn't able to put this one back on. Cause this cable, you just can't take it out, which is stupid still. Like I said, there's just no way to take the cable out unless you took a lot of crap apart, which I don't feel like doing. So I can't get this on, so these screws will not get used again. To hold the center console on. Not sure what they hold on. I think they just hold themselves on. Yeah, they were just bolted to the console, like, because there's no hole for the cable. I don't even think you're meant to use this or this, but I put this on. I think it just adds stability for the center console or something. I don't really know. So I'm gonna throw the center console in now. And then, yeah, let's see what happens here. I got the vent back in, this and this. And then I got the antenna for the interior sensor right here for the key and the stock spot. See if I can even get past this shifter here. I gotta get like way back here. I'm about to touch the screen. Oh, I touched the power button. Yeah, freaking, I gotta pop this shifter off here. the space I need here. This thing's kind of in the ass. Oh, good lord, man. This thing is just not meant. I'm really about to scratch the screen here. So close to it. That was a real pain in the ass freaking thing here, man. Can't come back anymore. So I can. Man. Let's try to go. Let's see if I go down. If I can just walk over this. Okay, here we go. We're on something here. So close to the screen there. I don't like that. Hate this. I don't like this at all. It's like just about to fucking touch right here. Hate this thing. Okay, get this in here. There's that. There's these. The climate. I don't know if you're supposed to even like have this. Oh god. Okay, we're in here. This thing's touching. Can you freaking believe it? Oh, I just pulled that trim off there. Yeah, this thing's full on touching right now. I'm gonna have to cut this now. They really designed the shifter around not having the car reassembled or something. Jesus Christ. It's just one solid piece right here. Hate that. There's just no way around it. I'm in here, I'm in the front. Here on the reverse lockout thing. There's just no way, man. I'm gonna have to cut this center section out. Let's reverse. This video is gonna be way longer than I thought it was gonna be. This is so many little things that just don't want to work. See, that's the piece. The bottom section is the one that's doesn't want to come out. So aside from 3D printing a piece to fit. We got that. Okay, we got that in. So, and we're able to get the screws in for the sides right here. That's good. Oh man, but yeah, okay. a BFI shifter, which I don't know, whatever. Okay, that's that, and then throw all these screws back in later. I'm calling it quits for the night. The drive shaft really got me burnt out. Alright, now what we need to do is set up your lockouts for straight up like friggin'. So you got your 2 set screws here that you're gonna thread into the side. I don't know where I want to put them, honestly. In the front or the back? Ugh. So we need to set, I'll set them in here because I think that's what the set screws are for. So we're gonna thread it in. Alright, so we need to thread this one in because right now there's no way to lock you out of reverse or tell you where first is. So we need a lockout for reverse. So we need, when we pull this up, you need it to go further over from first gear. So it would be first, boop, and then you go into first, or reverse. And then that way you're not like, you need a stopper so you know when to go into first. So what we're gonna do here is go over. So I know it, first gear is probably this. Nope, that's reverse. First gear is this, I think. So I'm gonna set it to all the way in. And then that way, so we'll set this one, this will be first gear. So I'll set this screw in to let me go into first, which doesn't reach. So that would be, oh sorry. So that would be first, so that way, let's see. I would lock this right one in to reverse. I think that's about right. And then when I pull it over, see, it doesn't even. It doesn't even go over anyway. So first, second, third, fourth. So you can't have, because then I can get in the fifth. So I need to figure out. Just gonna take some fine tuning here. So first, let's see, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Alright, so I went with the screw here, and then I used the, every time I start recording it, I forget the name of it. The set screw on the top. It's like a little super tiny, I use like a T9 to even fit in there. I didn't even have an Allen that small. So I just, extra security so it doesn't back out. So now and I had to adjust this cable here so that way it can pull it back. You can use this back hole, but then there's nothing that holds it besides the nut. So I didn't, I cut myself. I didn't trust it, so because I wanted to put the set screw in also. So now you got first, second, whatever, and then you go pull the lock, release, and then you go into reverse. Look at that. Yeah. That's pretty sweet, man. So, yeah, I just gotta find a way to tighten these stupid nuts down here I forgot to tighten. And it should be good to go. Reassembling this one. I just had to trim the shit out of this. You're definitely not supposed to, I don't think you're supposed to have to use this or whatever, but, and then I had to cut the center section out because there's no way that this is gonna clear. So, can't be afraid of destroying your nice car after, you know, a while. And these wires are a little short, so you can see them here, but once the cover is on there, you won't be able to see them anymore, and they don't touch anything. So just keep that in mind. And cool. All right, now comes the reassembly process. We just got to slide the back in here, this hole, and just make sure all your wires are moved out of the way. I got to make sure they're all plugged in too, huh? Okay, put those screws back in. There's definitely going to be some unused screws because of the things you can't do anymore. But he's going to get a cover for right here that just has a little hole for this. And we'll be dropping gears and disappears in, dude. So feels pretty good. I don't remember what it felt like, honestly. The old one, but nice and solid, almost like a sequential. Okay, now that you got your screws on, don't forget about the ones way down here. You got the ones up there and the ones down here. Only if you reframe or retain this front portion, which, yeah, that has the screws that hold the side for a little extra rigidity. The ones in the back are gone, but it seems pretty solid still. So we'll just go ahead and snap this bad girl on. Let's see if I can figure this out here without damaging anything. They don't really make this like, I don't understand why they did it like this, but okay. Bam, bam, bam. Look at that, look at that, look at that. We're all in there. A couple screws there, bam, 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 bam. Then once I get the other one snapped on, I'll show you how to snap these lower ones on. They can kind of be a pain in the butt. Okay, one thing I did, you want to run these wires in. I have a pain in the ass to fish these through after if you forget them. So these are the ones for the climate. They go in this little area right here, and if you forget to run them through after you put the center console on, it's kind of a pain in the butt to fish them through. And that's how I make you watch the whole video, is because I just fish and put in little things here and there in the beginning and ends of the video, and you don't know where you have to go. It just sits in there like that. It's not very, it's just kind of whatever. So, cool. Yeah, so just don't forget to run the wires for that. And then I got the wire here, the connector. This one's the one, the round one will be for your, this thing, this port here. So we'll slime that in here in a minute. Just making sure all my screws are in there. All right, another thing I'm worried is if this is gonna clear this cup holder, this ashtray here. Let's see if I can get it in here. Okay, this cable, this release cable, is really freaking close to the bottom of this. I think I ran the cable through the wrong spot on the back. It's actually supposed to go not through this hole. Doke, did pull these cup holder pieces out here. Thought there were screws down there. Doke. Here's the old BFI shifter. You could still use this one, I guess, up here, but this one, I don't know, it's more. Okay, now we need to put these panels on, which can be a pain in the ass. So you just got to make sure that these clips go, these little tiny ones, they clip into the same spot, because what's going to happen is you're going to push it up, and then if these don't click in, then you put the screw on and they just fall down like that on the side. So you can't really see in there. It's kind of all by feel. So you got to fish it up there. Kind of feel it. Just gotta make sure you're in the right spots here. And then you give it a little tug and then make sure that it's staying up there, and then you go ahead and throw a screw in. there's no real indication that you got it real good, which kind of sucks, but. All right, let me grab the other side. Just realized I didn't record anything, so I got the boot on here, but you know, it looks okay. But I guess the whole purpose of it is to make it look like a sequential. And the other thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna need 2 people here, because you're gonna have to find out which cable is the one for this movement. Under the hood, I can't think off the top of my head. And then since there's no pin to hold this centered, you're gonna release the cable and then hold it to where you want, and then retighten the cable or retension the cable so it stays. See, this is 4th gear and this is more the middle, so you're gonna need 2 people. Have my wife hold this centered or something while I do the cables, but it's all in there. So now I can go ahead and jump to doing the brakes on this, and I still got to figure out what the drive shaft. I either got to order one, or pretty much gonna have to order one. I don't even know if I've told you guys that it's broken yet. Goodbye. First gear, reverse lockout, reverse. 6th gear, 3rd gear. The downpipe disconnected, but there you saw it, there you have it. We got it all working. I just gotta center this thing up here.